Yes, Venkat, I can hear.
Okay,
Yes.
fine. Okay, so have you downloaded the softwares? Yes.
Uh, yes, Venkat.
Okay. Can you share your screen, Shiva? I'm making you as a presenter. Okay. All right. So go into the place where the softwares are downloaded. Okay. No. First of all, let's do the Oracle installation. So go to the Oracle. Go to the softwares folder. Yeah. Go to the softwares folder, and you can see the second one is there. Second one and third one. Unzip them. Both unzip. Extract to. In the same way, third one also you can just extract. So Amit, you have to do in the same way. Okay. Go back to the Informatica client software. Informatica client software. First one. Okay. You need to unzip this one also. So client has to be unzipped twice.
Even server also, Venkat, because server also I see that it's zipped 2 times.
Okay. Yeah. So however, I mean, as well, until you see the folders, so you have to do. Okay. So server is the, have you done it twice? Can you show it? Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, cool. Now go to the Oracle folder, Oracle software. Yeah, first one. Go into that. Go into that. Setup. Right click on it and run as administrator. Click on yes if you're getting any pop-up or run anyway.
Uh, yes, Venkat, it's running in the background.
Okay. Okay. Click on next. Yeah, next. Next. So give the password. You can give any password. Yeah, click on OK and OK. Okay, so in the meantime, we can go with Informatica client installation. Go to the client software. So client software does not have any kind of dependency, right? So we can directly install it at any place. Yeah, go into that. Go into the client folder, right click, run as administrator. Yeah. Yes, Amit. Yeah, Amit. Did you download the software, sir?
Venkat,
Tell
can
me.
you hear me?
I can.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I have the.
Okay, I'll tell you that. Hold on a second. Just keep the mail open. Okay, just give me a second. Let me drive this, and then I'll come back to you.
All right.
Okay, click on next. Next. Now see here. So basically, client's software has, as I told you, right? There are two things are there in the client. One is Informatica Power Center as well as a data quality, and the third one is also Data Transformation Studio. So Informatica Developer is a data quality client tool. Power Center client is a Power Center client tool, and Data Transformation Studio is a separate client which is used to transform the unstructured data into XMLs. Okay, so out of all these three, we require only the Power Center client. Yeah, you can click on Power Center client and click on next. We require only Power Center client tools, right? So that's the reason. Yeah, click on next. Click on next. Install. Yeah, Amit, you can share the screen. I'm making you as a presenter. I'm making you as a presenter. I made you as a presenter, Amit. So you can, if it is asking for any download and install, just download. Go to meeting software. Yeah. Okay.
Is this good?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can see that. So yeah, what's the issue?
The reason is I had work. I had work today, right?
Okay.
So I got up early and tried to download everything. Um,
Okay.
one second.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you need to unzip them with right click on that. Right click on the first one. Right click. Okay. The fifth option. Extract to.
This one, extract to
Yes.
961.
Correct. Click on it. Yeah. In the same way, do it with the second one, third one, fourth one, and the sixth one. Do the same.
Same thing, third one.
Yes.
And the SQL developer.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the thing is, I just purchased this laptop new, so
Okay.
I'm trying to get accustomed with the new settings and the features and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But the machine looks little slow. No.
Huh?
No. Do one thing. Once all the unzipping is done, just let me know. I'll reconnect and we'll do it. Okay. Meanwhile, we'll just continue with Shiva's installation.
Okay.
Let me know if all are done. Yeah, Shiva. Can you share the screen?
Yes. Actually, it showed me like a Oracle installation as well as that client installation is done.
Okay, so we can go ahead with server installation. Go into that server software. Yeah. Go into the server. Did you click on run?
Yes, it's processing in the background.
Okay. In the meantime, go into SQL Developer. SQL Developer. Yeah, go into that. Go into that. Go into that. Right click on the SQL Developer on the icon you have. Yeah, right click on it. Add as a shortcut to the desktop. No, there is no installation for this. It is just an application. So add as a shortcut. Yeah. Okay. So go to the installer. Click on next. Yeah. So here you need to give the license key. Yeah. Go to next. And you can see, right, license key is there. License key is something you should not paste it. You should drive to the place where the license key is present. So you have three dots, right? Go into the three dots. Go to the softwares folder. There you have the license key. Softwares folder. Info material, go back. Info material, third one. Go into the softwares. Oracle All OS Prod. Click on it. Click on open. Click on next. Next. Install. Okay. So Amit, is anything done? Can you share the screen? Can you share the screen in the meantime? Okay. Yeah. Go into that. Go into the downloads folder. Go into client installer.
This one?
The last, yeah. Go into that. Right click on it again. Extract to. All right. Now go back. Go back to downloads. Go into the server installer. No, not that. Second one.
Oh, shit.
Sure, yeah, close it. Second one. Right
This one?
click on it. Yeah. Extract to. Okay, go back. So you have the fourth one, right? Go into the fourth one.
Oracle?
IC. Yes. Yeah, go into that. Go into that. So right click on the setup. Right click on the setup. Right on the setup. Do it again. Run as administrator. Click on option. Click on yes. Next. Accept. Next. Give some password.
I won't have to give this password again, will I?
You have to remember it.
Remember it, right? Okay.
Yes, because this is the admin password.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, next. Install. Okay. Check the unzipping status. Yeah, Amit. Can you check the unzipping? How much it is unzipped? Yeah. Okay, it's still working. Should be fine. Yeah. See, when you do after the Oracle installation is completed, I mean, when it comes to 100%, it will throw you two error messages. Just click on OK 2 times. Okay. Yeah. Shiva, you can share the screen.
Yes. Now it's saying that create domain and everything.
Yeah. So see, that is the main thing. When you are going with Informatica server installation, the main component that will be installed is domain. Okay. So you can see that it is asking to create the domain. Okay. And it is saying to join the domain. What is meant by join domain? What is meant by join domain?
If already the domain is created or something like that, I'm going to join there.
Right. So basically, create domain is altogether a fresh installation. Join domain is nothing but you can configure multiple nodes in a single domain. What does it mean?
Node is called as a system. For example,
Right.
if it is a multiple system, if I want to configure into the one single system, if I have a multiple laptops, that all the laptops can become uh, put it into the one server domain.
Right. But what is the advantage of that?
And the thing is like you no need to it's maintain all everything in a single places. You no need to create a domain in each and every servers or otherwise every node.
Yeah, that's okay. But what is the advantage of it? See, basically, yeah, I understand what you're saying. But the thing here is that when you're having multiple nodes in a single domain, you can form a grid environment. You know, grid environment. What is meant by grid? It's nothing but collection of nodes. So if you're running a job on a single mission, the same job if you're running on multiple missions, the performance varies. Yes or no? If you're running a same job on multiple missions, it is likely to complete fast than you're running on a single mission.
Okay.
If you're running on multiple missions, the same job will be shared across all the different nodes, and based on the memory requirement, I mean based on the memory resources, the job will complete quickly. Okay, so that is the importance of having multiple nodes. Okay, so multiple nodes, when you want to configure multiple node mission, you require a separate license for that. Okay, called as the grid license and or high availability license. Okay, then you can go for the joint domain. Okay, now the second option is enable HTTPS for Informatica Administrator. So what does it mean? What is Informatica Administrator, first of all?
Uh, this is like a web-based tool. It can be managed every actions or otherwise server informations like a domain creation, service creations.
Right. So basically, it is a web-based tool where you can perform any kind of admin related activity. Now, in order to access that web-based tool, you're enabling the HTTPS, and what is the port of that? 8443 is a port. Okay. Now, when you create that, okay, I mean, when you're enabling that, at the same time, you're using the key store file generated by the installer. So that key store file basically it contains, I mean, it stores all the username and the passcodes. Okay, whatever. When you create a new user, okay, that username and the passcodes will be stored in the key store file. Okay, so that is the importance of key store. Now that key store file will be automatically created by the installer. Yeah, so click on next. Now it's here, it's creating the key store file which will store the data. Now you can see here it is asking for the database. What is this database?
It's going to store all the metadata informations about the.
Exactly. It is going to store the metadata information. So that is the reason we require the database first. Okay. Now see here, what are the different databases that you can configure?
One is Oracle, another one is a SQL developer.
No. So if you click on
Okay.
the, yeah,
It's a domain as well as that repository.
of course, but on which database you can do it? See, click
Oracle.
on that, yeah, click on that Oracle. Now you can see there are 4 databases came. Means you can configure the metadata repository on any of these 4 databases. It could be on Oracle, it could be DB2, Sybase or Teradata. I mean, sorry, Sybase or basically DB2. So can you configure this on Teradata? Can you configure metadata repository on Teradata?
I think it's no. I'm guessing it.
No, obviously no, because you can see only 4 databases, right?
Yes.
Can you do it on Informix?
No.
No, because Informatica has the relation, I mean the contract only with these 4 companies, okay, to configure the metadata repository. So any company which chooses Informatica as their data integration tool has to buy one of the license from all these, I mean, one license from any of these databases, any of these vendors. Okay, so there is an advantage to this contract. So you can go for Oracle, SQL Server, DB2 or Sybase, whatever. Now, what we are going to do is that we are going to basically, since we have Oracle, we are going to connect to the Oracle. Now, we need to create one schema within the Oracle to configure all the domain tables. Okay. Now, go into the database so that we can create the schema. No, not that. Maybe what we'll do is that we'll try to connect to the database from the command prompt. Go into the command prompt. Command prompt, CMD. SQL plus. No, SQL plus. Plus you have to write. Without gap. Enter. See here, it is asking the username and password. Now, give the username as system, SYSTEM. Enter. And the password which you have given at the Oracle installation. Write it and enter. Okay. Now, grant DBA to grant GRANT space DBA to infa DOM INFA DOM space identified by infa DOM. So what are we doing here? We are basically creating a schema called as InfoDVM, and the password is InfoDVM. Username is InfoDVM, password is InfoDVM. Okay, so semicolon, enter. Now the schema is created. Can you correct to the schema? CYNN space InfoDVM / InfoDVM. So what are you doing here? You are correcting to the schema. Enter. Select star from tab. Yeah, semicolon, enter. So do you have any tables within the schema? Do you have any tables within the schema?
No, actually, because we didn't do any work.
Yeah, so the schema is empty, right?
Correct.
Since we have just created. Now give the same details in the installer. InfoDVM in the installer. Go to the installer. Yeah, in the database user ID, give it as InfoDVM. Password is InfoDVM. Okay. Now host name you can see, right? Database address. Where the database is there, the database is there in the local host. Give the under the host name. Yeah, select it. Select the host name. Give it as local host, LOCAL HOST. Or you can give the computer name also. Anyway, anyhow it works. Okay. And port number, give it as 1521. 1521 is the port number of Oracle. 1521. And in the database service name, the default database that will be created is XE. So select the database service name and give XE there, XE. You understood? So within the XE database, InfoDVM schema is present. Okay. So click on next. So you can give any keyword here. So encryption keyword. So that keyword should contain capital letter, small letter, and a number. You can give any name, but that should contain capital letter, small letter, and a number. Okay, click on next. Click on OK. Yeah. So the domain username is administrator. Password, give it as ADMIN, small case. Click on next. Okay. So Amit, can you share the screen? Amit, can you share your screen?
Yes.
Okay, so looks like the Oracle installation is completed. Okay, it came success message, right?
Yes.
Okay, now
I
go
clicked.
to the.
I clicked finish.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so go to the downloads folder. Go into downloads and go to client installer. First one. Go into the first one. Yeah, go to the client folder. Right click on install. Run as administrator. So if you get, yeah, click on yes. Next. Next. Select only Power Center client. Next. Next. Install. Click on install. Okay. So in the same way, go to server installer. Go to downloads and you have server installer. Second one. Go into that. Go into that. Server. Go into that.
The first one or the second one?
Yeah, first one only. Go to the server. Fourth. Yeah, right click on the install. Run as administrator. No. Right click. Yes. Click on next. Yeah, so here the license key. Click on that three dots on the right hand side of that license key. Yeah. Go to downloads. Click on this PC. Yeah, go to downloads. Go to Informatica. Third one. Go into that. Okay, not here. Now go back. Go back. Open again. No. Click on next. Yeah. My computer. downloads. Looks like the license key is not downloaded. Can you go to the link I sent you? Go to the email I sent you.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Go. So you have the info material, right? Click on that link. Third link. Yeah. Go to OneDrive. Still not opening. Okay, let me do one thing. I'll send out the email. I'll send the license key.
Is it here, Venkat? This info material here that I have in OneDrive?
No, not there. You have a lot of folders in info material. So you have to basically download all the folders. Anyway, I'm sending the license key. You can just download it. I sent it. Shiva, meanwhile, can you share the screen?
You can see my screen now.
Yeah, you can uncheck that box and click on next. Okay. Amit, you can share the screen. Yeah. Yeah, Oracle Prod. So download that. So go to the install. No, do not open it. Hold on. I can just leave it like that. Go to the installer. Click on OK. Click on done. The other installer. The other installer is there on the taskbar. You can see that on the taskbar. No, the last one. Yeah. So go to reopen this. Click on cancel and click on cancel. Yeah. Open again. So it should be there in the downloads. So we have Oracle all OS prod key. After informative it is there. After informative it is there. Down. Yeah. Open. Next.
Install.
Yes. Okay. Now go to command prompt. Okay. See, I sent a chat message. Chat message in GoToMeeting. Okay. Yeah. So copy and paste that.
Enter.
Yeah. Username system. SYSTEM. Password is something which you entered during the Oracle installation. Enter. No, you've given a wrong password.
It's not allowing me to type in a password.
No, it will. Only thing is you cannot see the password. Just enter and click on OK. Click on enter.
Oh, I see. Okay, I got it.
Okay. Now I'm typing this. Copy that and paste it over to the Command prompt. I sent a chat message. Enter. Yeah. Go into the installer. Shiva, is it success?
Yes, it's showing like successful installation. It's saying that done.
Success installation is successful, right?
Yeah, installation status is success. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Click on OK. Okay. Click on next.
There's no password or file.
Not required. Yeah, it will be automatically done. Click on next.
Allow access.
Allow access. Yes. So database user ID info.dom, user ID info.dom, the first one. Copy it and paste it in the user password. And database address, delete it. Okay. I'm sending you the message. Copy and paste it there. Yeah. Paste it. And service name, give it as XE. Database service name, select XE. Click on next. Okay, this passcode. I sent you a message. Just copy and paste. You can basically give any keyword here, but that should include capital letter, small letter, and a number.
Next.
Click on next. Click on OK. Click on OK. And the password is admin admin. Confirm password is admin.
Both for domain and confirm.
Yes.
Next.
Yes.
Venkat,
Yeah.
this is a username and password.
Not required. You uncheck that
I can
and
click next.
uncheck that run Informatica under. Yeah.
Okay.
And click on next. Okay. So just click on done. Yeah. So far what we have done is that we have created the domain. Okay. Okay. We have made the client installation. So when you do the client installation, you can see that all the Power Center clients will be there in your mission. What are the Power Center clients? They are repository manager, designer, workflow manager, and we have workflow monitor. So all the 4 Power Center clients will be there in your mission. You can see if you go into the start button, then you will see Informatica 961. Then all the client tools can be visible, right? And we have already installed Oracle also. Oracle also we have installed, and we configured the metadata repository. So metadata repository is there. So what is the metadata repository? InfDVM schema which we have created, right? InfDVM schema. So that is a metadata repository that is there. So where the InfDVM schema is there, it is there in the XE database. Okay. So when you're performing the Oracle installation, XE database is created. and within that XC database, we created a schema called as InfoDVM. So this InfoDVM will contain, the metadata of the domain. So we also perform the Informatica server installation. When we done the Informatica server installation, a domain is basically created on top of the node. Okay. Now, what is the next step that we need to do? What is the next step that we need to do? Once the domain is created, what is the next step that we need to do? Yes? What is the next step? Yeah. So the next step is creation of the application services. Which application services needs to be created?
Repository service, integration
Integration service,
and repository service.
As well as we need to create one more service called as a repository service. So both of these services has to be created. Okay. So both of these services has to be created. At the same time, these services needs to be configured in the Power Center client tools. Yes or no? Yes or no? These services has to be configured in the Power Center client tools. Now, in order to create these services, what we need to do? How do we create these services? We need to log in into Informatica Administrator. Informatica Administrator is the place where you can do this. Where the Informatica Administrator will be there? It is there in the, see here, it is basically there in the Info Administrator. It should be there here. Info Administrator homepage. When you click on this, you can see it is opening by means of your web browser. Administrator and admin. So administrator is the username and admin is the password. So by using that, you can log in into the Informatica Administrator and you can start creating the services. So what are the services that you need to create? Repository service and integration service. So let's create it. Go to the actions, click on new, and you can see Power Center repository service. Click on it and give the name as info_rep. Okay, you can give any name. Okay, it should be fine. I'll select the license, select the node. Just drop down and select. Click on next. And here you can see it is asking for the database. So I'll select the Oracle as database and you require another schema here. You require to create the another schema. Now what I'm going to do is I'll go into the command prompt and I'll create another schema here. Okay. See system. I'm connecting as admin. I'll create another schema. How do I create? So grant DBA to info_rep. So this is the schema which I am creating. Okay, I'm creating a schema called as info_rep and the password for it is info_rep. So I'll give the same details here. Info_rep, info_rep. So what is the database name? XC is the database name. Okay, now here you need to select which option you need to select. So I'll select the no content exists as well as enable version control. So this enable version control basically it will enable the versioning. Versioning means you can have multiple versions of the code. So it will enable the versioning and no content exists under the specified constraint, create new content. What does this statement mean? This statement means, see, basically you require another schema for storing the Informatica client data, right? So that schema is called as info_rep. Now, does the schema have any tables? I mean, does this have any tables to store the metadata? No. It's a new schema, right? It does not have anything. So I'm selecting no content exists, as well as I'm enabling the version control and click on OK. So version control is absolutely used only in the development environment because you want to maintain multiple versions of your mappings. Okay, that is a version control. So I just clicked on OK. So there is some error here. Why there is some error is that because okay, looks like my database is full. So that's the reason. Let me do one thing. I don't have space in the database, so that's the reason it failed. Okay, so I'm just dropping some schemas because there was huge data in that. So I'm dropping it. Okay, anyway, now let me do it again. I'll just create the repository content. Yeah. See, basically when you're creating this repository service, there will be like 511 tables as well as views are created. Views are created within the InfRef schema. Okay. So these tables and views basically they store the metadata of whatever ETLs that you create. Who will store the metadata? Repository service will basically store that metadata into the InfRep schema. So these tables, how they're created? When you're creating the repository service, these tables will be created in the InfRep schema. Okay, let me show it. See here, the repository service is available. Now, if I go into the info_rep schema, now if you click on select star from tab, now you can see these are all the, you can see 515 tables are created. Tables and views are basically created. So these tables and views, did we create? No, we did not create. The repository service is, the repository service, when you're creating this repository service, the tables are also created. In the same way, the domain tables are also created. If you look into info_dvm schema also, here also the domain tables are created. You can look into your mission. See, 169 tables are created. So these 169 are domain tables. See, these 169 are domain tables which stores the domain metadata. And 515 tables in the InfraRP schema, they store the ETL metadata or the mapping metadata that you create here. Understood? Okay, now. So once the repository service is created, what you need to do is that the repository service is there in the exclusive mode. Just change this exclusive mode into normal mode. So before you create the integration service, you need to make this setting. Just make it into the normal mode. Just create in the normal. Just turn it into the normal mode. Once it is there in the normal mode, you can basically start creating the integration service. Okay, so it's there in the normal mode. So now you have to create the integration service. Yeah? I'm creating the integration service. You can give any name.
Ankit,
Select the, yeah.
am I supposed to be doing the same thing you're doing in parallel right now?
Maybe you can do this by referring to the recording.
Okay.
Okay, right. Now select the Power Center repository service and give the username as administrator and the password is admin. So on top of this repository service, you're creating the integration service. So you need to give the repository service details here. I'm giving the repository service. This is the repository service. Okay. And what is the default username? Default username is administrator and password is admin. Okay. So you're creating the integration service on top of the repository service. Click on OK. Now the integration service is created. But by default it is disabled. Now in order to enable it, on the right hand side you can see a green button is there. So click on that, then the integration service will be enabled. So we have just created the repository service and the integration service. Both are there now. So once the repository service and the integration service, once these are present within the server or once these are present within the domain, you need to configure these services in the Power Center client tool. You need to configure these services within the Power Center client tool. Now, how do you configure these services in the Power Center client tool? You can open any of your, any of your client tool. Okay, you can open any of your client tool. Then you can configure the repository. Yeah, I mean basically you can configure your repository service. Let me open my client tool. I'll open the repository manager so that I'll just configure the services. I'm opening the repository manager. So this is the repository manager that we have. Just go to the repository and click on configure domains. Click on configure domains and add a domain. So you have to basically add your domain here so that you can configure the services. So it is asking for the domain name. What is the domain name? This is the domain name. So your domain name will be there here. The domain name will change from mission to mission. You have to give your domain name, not mine. Okay, this is my domain name. So I'll give this domain name in the here. So domain underscore info.pc is my domain name. Where it is there in the localhost. And what is the port number? 6005 is the port number. Okay, so click on OK. Now you can see info rep schema came and click on OK. Now you can see this is the info rep schema. Okay, so the what is the username of the info rep schema? Administrator is the username. This is the default username. It's basically the default username. Okay, so that is about how you do the repository service and the integration service creation. So by tomorrow's session, what you need to do is that you need to create this repository service and the integration service and configure that in the Power Center client tools. So that is what you need to perform. Are we clear on this?
So tomorrow we are going to create this repository and integration service, or otherwise before the class itself we need to create it and be ready with that.
Yeah, you need to be ready with that. So I have just shown you how to create them, right? So you have to start creating it. Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, I just want you to show you like how to go into the Informatica Administrator. I'm making you as a presenter, Shiva. You can share the screen. Okay. Now, yeah, you already in. Yeah, should be fine. Yeah. Amit, you know, right? Within the start button, you have in the start button. Go to the start button. start in your Windows. Amit, go to start button.
Yeah, I clicked the start button.
Oh no, sorry, Shiva. Yeah, come down. Shiva, come down. Now you can see Informatica 961. Go to I. Yeah, click on it. Now you can see these are all the different client tools. At the same time, you have Informatica Administrator homepage is there. Okay, so we just have to, yeah. So basically, you have to create the services in the Informatica Administrator homepage. Okay, Amit, you can do the same thing. Can you show your screen? Yeah, go to start. Yeah, come down. You have Informatica 961 is there. Go into that. Yeah, Informatica Administrator homepage. Click on it. Fourth one. Click on it. Now you can see it is opening by means of the Internet Explorer. So click on details here. Click on the details. Yeah. So when you get this error message, click on details and click on go on to the web page. Go on to the web page. Yeah, you have the red. Yeah, click on that and give the username as administrator with capital A. Password is admin, ADMIN. Click on enter. Okay, so this is the Informatica admin page. So here you need to create the repository service and the integration service. All right. So that is what you have to do. So any questions on the current session?
I'm good, Venkat.
Amit, any question?
In case we do have some issues
Yeah,
installing.
I can do one thing. I'm giving my phone number in the chat box. You can take my phone number, and if you have any questions related to anything, you can just take the screenshot of, take the photo from your picture and send a WhatsApp message to this number. Okay, I'll be available on WhatsApp and help you out. So that is
because I'm very busy at work, so I'm kind of like, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Understood it. Yeah.
So this recording will be available by tomorrow morning or immediately after the session is over?
No, it takes about 2 to 3 hours to convert the recording into MP3 format. So
by tomorrow morning.
Available tomorrow morning.
The thing is that I have work and I'm not sure if I'll be able to. I'll definitely try before 8:30 tomorrow. Yeah.
But at least for Power Center, you need to you need to dedicate at least 2 hours of your time daily. So
right. Also, this SQL and all the labs and the PowerPoints and all of those things are available, right? In the links.
In the informative. Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right. So we'll meet in the tomorrow's session at the same time.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.